shall never be in vain to serve with. Anyway, really and truly, that's just the first verse of our national anthem. And in fact, before I decided to do this particular recording, I started singing that song, hey, funny, funny identity. Hey, funny, funny identity. I'm not even sure who did that song. I think it was Oliver de Kokwe, like they say. But we're talking all about identity here. What is it that defines you? Is it where you're from? Is it religion that you profess? Or is it your state, your ethnicity? Or is it your country? I think here we still do this wishful thinking, wanting to define ourselves by the fact that we are Nigerian. Hello? That's not what defines us. What defines us first and foremost, in my opinion, is where you're from. Where else would you say we just generally have this carpet statement like, àwọn ọmọ ngbati to describe Yoruba people, or àwọn ọmọ kobokobo to describe the Igbos, or like they call every single person from the north is Malam. What is Malam? Malam, like we know here in the south, is like somebody who's at the gate. But Malam actually is somebody who is an intellectual. I remember when I was posted to Sokoto almost 30 years ago to do my youth service. Now, you heard that word, Sakwato. I used to call it Sokoto. But because I went to Sakwato, I realized that it's actually Sakwato. Now, I was posted to Sokoto, Sakwato. Cut a long story short, I went to Sokoto and my eyes opened. And that's when I began to realize, okay, maybe not even then. Let's fast forward to maybe 10, 15, 20, or even today that I'm recording this. I walk into the recording place, the location we're using, and I see the gate man there. He's a Malam. I say, Malam, Danla, Budekofa, which simply means, Malam, please help me shut the door after I open the gates. And he looks at me, the smile changed. His face was first tight when he first saw me. But the minute I said that, Budekofa, that was it. If I'm trying to buy food somewhere and I say, Danla, now, instantly, they are my friends. The same thing, I speak very good Yoruba simply because I was born in Ibadan. And Yoruba was the first language I learned. And I kept it. I went to school in Ibadan. I went to school both in Ibadan and Ife. And my Yoruba was kind of cemented, you know, in all those amaputs. They call them amaputs in my side. But you know those big bowls that they have in Ibadan, especially, I want to eat a malangbe giri. And you point and say, Inyenimufe, Inyenimufe. I had to learn all of these things. But you see, once I speak Yoruba, I feel like one of the Yorubas. The same thing. Imagine walking down the streets of New York and you hear somebody say something like, hey, what you hear? That's my language, by the way. That's Edo. And instantly, the person is my sister. Even if the person has not given me anything to make her believe that she can be my friend. That's the first, it breaks the ice. What's important to me is the fact that we are defined by our experiences. And our experiences are either by our language, our culture, the elements that sociologists say define who we are. It's our culture. But how does culture happen? Culture is what we experience, what we feel, who we see, who we meet, who controls us. Now, if we recognize that we can be different, but we still have a mind that, you know, the truth is, our differences is what makes us who we are, then there's no problem about that. We're a bunch of experiences that make us who we are. But at the end of the day, if we know that we are all truly, truly special, then we can relate to people better and be able to have that commonality that recognizes that we can be different. I don't know what you think. This topic, we can discuss it for 10 hours. We'll probably be able to do it again. But for now, all I can tell you is, please, I'm just speaking my mind. You can speak yours if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, or if you follow us on Instagram or Twitter, or like us on Facebook. But the best thing of all, do all of that. Do all of that. Then you will hear me speaking my mind, and I will read or see or hear you speak your mind.